Chris Karamessinis. Yeah, we're talking the Greek. We got Vincent Nobile in the booth, and this is the direct opposite. 19 years old, and the Greek, 80 something. Mid-80 something.
He won't even admit it.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody knows.
And
Vince,
finally, he gets a sponsor?
Yeah, finally. Vince, you ever want to drive fuel car?
No. It's not for me. It's not for me. I'm true blood of a pro stock. My dad, watched my dad growing up, and, you know, I really like shifting those gears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, this is too fast for me. I don't know if I can handle it.
Oh, I
Look at the Greek.
Oh, yeah.
424, 282 miles an hour, and that will put him where he was, 9th in this field. David Grubnick has his issues, can't get down the track, and he sits out of the top 12. Again, as a reminder, top 12, that's all the transfers over.
As you go on board with Grubnick there, I couldn't really tell. I guess maybe he spun the tires, but take a look at the Greek. I saw all the candles lit right there, just trying to make sure he gets down the racetrack. 4:24 elapsed time, like you said, comparable to what we saw with some of the funny cars. He does have a cylinder out there on the opposite side over there. Like I said, it's a little bit harder to tell with the flames at night, but he was definitely running on 7 cylinders at that point, possibly even 6 towards the finish.
Well, we want to show you something since Vincent Nobile is still with us, and it's basically first off the line percentage. And look at you, 85%.
Yeah, I mean, I try my best every time I go up there during qualifying.
But how do you do that?
How do I do that? I mean, I can't answer that for you. I really don't know. And, you know,
if you told him, you'd have to kill him.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Exactly. Well, one thing I do. That's kind of funny.
He said do.
One thing I do is every time I go up qualifying, regardless, testing, I try to hit the tree just because it puts me in a rhythm. And I think every time I practice cutting a light, it just makes me that much better on race day.
Here's Rod Fuller, Corey McLenithan, and some new colors we're used to seeing these drivers in. But, you know, when it comes to a team, Vincent, there always has to be a little special chemistry. And for you, I think that chemistry, at least from my observations of looking back, comes from Nick Mitzos' wife, Irene. She knows everybody. She loves everybody. She wakes up every morning, takes her first breath of air. She's hiring a kite. She has to absolutely keep this team glued together.
She is definitely a character. I mean, I love her to death. She's definitely the energy of the team. If we're down, she'll bring us right back up. And when we're up, she's up even higher than we are. So, I mean, I wouldn't want anyone else to be my team owner's wife, and I love her.
And it's not just pro stock either. I mean, she's always up there watching Nitro. If she sees you, she runs at you, big hug, big kiss every time.
She gives everybody kisses and hugs.
Well, Vincent, we're going to watch Corey Mack and Hot Rod Fuller. Thanks for coming in.
Anytime.
Whoa! Big fire there. Look at that.
Wow.
You think a fuel line?
I'd say so.
I don't, you know. Look at the light. Wow. Look at the stage light react to the fire.
That's something you don't see very often.
Well, like you said,
That still burning at the starting line. Whoa!
Quick!
you don't see it burn for that long.
A lot of fuel got down there.
Well, the good news, if it is fuel, it would be an easy cleanup as opposed to oil. And it does look like there's a fuel line blowing off of it. Now you really don't want to drive one of those, huh?
Well, Hot Rod Fuller got down the track and moved up to second.
We weren't even watching that. Yeah, you saw the spray come out there as soon as he hit the throttle, and then the thing just quit. And then shortly after that, it just ignited all that fuel. Wow. That's exciting.
I'm okay here up here, Raleigh.
Now, typically, nitro just doesn't burn like that, right? Is that just the alcohol then that's burning in that?
Could be. Usually alcohol burns clear, and, you know, it is kind of unusual.
Look at the stage light.
Stage light going on because reflection from the fire.
Exactly.
There's light, yeah.
Wow.
And all that, we missed Hot Rod Fuller going 4 flat.
I'm going to go ahead and put that one in the never seen that before column.
Wow, there's a view.
Very cool. Reminds me of the liftoff of a NASA rocket down at in Florida. And you see it at twilight going up and leaves that beautiful contrail. This time it's fire on the racetrack. Really strange.
Phoenix Fire at Night. I'm copywriting that.
Oh, look at it coming out the top there.
Wow. I mean, that thing didn't get any fuel going in the engine. That's why the engine quit at that point. Corey obviously felt it, but it wasn't going anywhere anyway.
So how many gallons would that be? Assuming it dumped the tank?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it dumped the tank, but when he hit the throttle, that thing probably went to about 55 gallons per minute. It was pumping out of there when it broke that line. So that's a
great. Now I got to do some more math.
Do the math. he was in the throttle for probably about 85 thousandths of a second, by my closest estimate.
Well, Vincent Nobile, we knew you didn't want to miss that, but
Yeah, right.
thanks for coming in and joining us.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. Well, on mic now and headset, the guy who just ran that blistering 4 flat with a 7. You didn't get to see the fire, did you?
I got to see it on you guys' replay down here. It looked like the old school fire burnouts there. They're pretty wild. I wonder if he gets anything on the track, or it looked like it all burnt away, so I don't think he'll even get a hold down penalty for that.
You've been racing and teaching in the Middle East, and so this heat probably is not an issue for you. You're in great physical condition. What do you think of driving in this heat?
I love it. I mean, this is what if you guys look back to all my career victories, 2 in a row here, it was hot. Most all my victories have all been hot tracks. So, yeah, I love it. The heats, we got a saying in our race team, bring on the heat. And so this weekend, especially physically, it doesn't bother me. I barely even sweat on these races, and I can sit in my car. And yeah, it's 130 degrees in Abu Dhabi, so today 90, 97 degrees is nothing.
Well, plus Vegas, I mean, good grief, living there for a number of years, it's not exactly cool there in the summer.
Yeah, definitely, you're right. Just growing up there, or not growing up there, but living there for the last 10 years, and I just love the heat. I hate the cold, so this kind of racing, I love it.
Well, hi, Rod. How good is this team with Mike Guger, Rob Flynn giving some assistance over there? You got to feel pretty good about it, right?
It is. It just, we just got to learn how to race a little bit better. With Rob Flynn and Mike Guger, that's the nucleus of the team that we went 07. We won this race in 07. We won it in 06. And, we just got a great team. It's just we need some race experience and get everybody together. Just made mistakes. As a team, at Reading we went at 378, so we showed people that we can go fast, and it had a lot of even left in it. First round we were trying to actually probably go 376, 375, and it just didn't hold it.
Lewis Bloom.
Hey, Rod, we got a Twitter question at the last race that didn't get in. Are you going to actually, what's the plans for next season? You guys going to come out and race some more?
I hope we're all 23 races, with Mike Guger and Bob Vandergriff Racing and DiGiorno. I mean, DiGiorno's already expressed that they want to go on with us next year. We just got to put everything together, and the fans, they all been coming up to me, asking me, like, Rod, are we running 23 races? We love seeing you out here, but we want to see you out here full-time and running for a championship, and I agree with them. I want to be out here. This is where I belong, and NHRA, ESPN2, and drag racing, all the fans, it's what I love.
What are you going to do this winter?
I'm going to go back over after Vegas. I'm going to go back over there and actually teach, and I'm going back to the F1 race over there in Abu Dhabi, so I'll be watching you guys on the last race. I wish I could be there, but I'll be watching on TV, and I miss everybody.
How many trips you make over there, you figure, back and forth?
5, about 5 a year, and it's about a 14, 15-hour trip, and but I get to ride on that Etihad Airlines. The airline's owned by the Abu Dhabi, so it's about as luxurious as it gets. All plush seats, and you get even your own compartment. It's like you can seal it off, and it's like your own little apartment in this airplane, which is pretty awesome.
Man, Mike Dunn and I are ready to go anytime you need company.
Oh, we could always have you guys over there.
Thanks for joining
Thanks, guys. Thanks for doing this for us.
You got it. Back at the line, here is Spencer Massey. Has raced in every final in the playoffs, and Dom Lagana's in the other lane. And we wanted to show you this last 2 seasons as a driver. You're coming from 2009 as a Rookie of the Year. You sit out a season.
He comes back this year, and it's he's probably one of the odds-on favorite to win the whole thing. As you said, 3 races, 3 final rounds. Phil Schuler, you see him walking away there. He's very confident in his driver. He said, this kid is just so good on the tree, and he does the same thing every time. And he thinks he's like, about 15,000 to 200 quicker than the average driver out there on rack time. But the key is he does it every single time.
And remember what he did to Del Worsham in the final 2 weeks ago. One step closer, this guy, to his first ever championship. And not doing that, though. That's twice now that he has not gotten down the track. Lagana runs a 4:06. That's going to put him up at 6th place. But Massey is not yet in the field.
It's going to make tomorrow dicey.
Yeah, it is. Everything tomorrow's in the sunshine. This was your chance if you were really going to get down this track and show some speed. That's what Friday night's all about.
Well, you see it hike the front end up. Boy, look, it got up on the tire very quick right there. But then it went into some tire shakes. So, you know, that's an issue they're going to have to go back and look at. It just rattled the tires big time. You heard him as soon as that spun the tires. He caught it quick, and you know that's what seat time will do. And Spencer's a very good driver. You know, catching it quick. We see a lot of the veteran drivers go out there and just pump the tires and catch it. But you know, the tire shake was probably a good indicator.
Well, we want to take you back and show you Corey Mack and that fire one more time. Left side of the screen.
Yeah, that's the main fuel line.
Look at the fuel go. Look at that.
It's the main fuel line from the injector that puts fuel into the engine, and it just so that engine never saw any fuel at that point. Now, the good news is he's out of the throttle pretty quick, because that thing would not go very long with no fuel going into it and all that air. It possibly could have done some engine damage as far as, you know, maybe not burnt the pistons, but got enough heat in it to where, I mean, they would service the engine anyway, but they might actually have to throw a few away.
Well, let's have Spencer Massey join us on board. Hey, Spencer, how you doing?
I'm doing great. We'd be doing a lot better if we would have went A to B on that last run, but it's drag racing. It's tough out here.
Yeah, 2 times down the track, and what's going on to this car that usually is so very reliable?
Well, it's kind of one of those things. Whenever we go from a track temp of 60 to now 135 or 125, which it was just now, it's kind of tough for these crew chiefs to get a tame for the racetrack for these Goodyear tires on the track itself. Phil and Todd, they have what it takes. I have total confidence in them for tomorrow. 2 more qualifying runs. We'll get in the show. We'll have what it takes, and then Sunday's a different race, a different day. You never know.
Are you ever not confident?
I wouldn't say never. Not that I'm not confident. I have total confidence in my race team, in my race car, and in myself. When you have confidence, anything can come your way. When you smoke the tires, you never like it, but we have 2 more qualifying runs, and it's drag racing. It's NHRA. It's to the point. It's the countdown. It's serious.
Spencer, how hard or how much will you be following this session tonight? Maybe perhaps paying attention to that number 8 spot, because I'm sure you're going to want lane choice on Sunday.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Tonight, it is what it is. There's going to be some good numbers. Tomorrow, it's going to be race day conditions. We're going to get out there and try and run our own lane tomorrow and our own race car and see how it pans out. And hopefully we make it down through there. The pressure's on these shoulders and on Phil and Todd and our entire Fran Prestone crew. It's tough out here.
Oh, I got some news for you. Troy Buff just ran a 395 with a 302 and went number 1.
That's amazing.
That's a good run for Bill Miller's car. Hey, Spencer, thank you for spending the time.
Thank you, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
You got it. Good luck with that. I'll see you in the show. Well, that was a bit of a surprise to see Buff come out like that and go number 1. It's Morgan Lucas and Sean Langdon up next.
Well, like you said, Paul, the heat becomes a great equalizer. You know, Troy Buff and Bill Miller not known for being able to make the big horsepower and run the big numbers, but you don't need all that big horsepower. You just have to have the right setup on there. As you see, Mike Strasburg did not have the right setup, but Troy Buff had a nice one on there.
Well, you make an interesting point. Not only do you not need it, you can't use it. All that horsepower is worthless.
You know, and we always debate, sometimes positively, sometimes negatively, fans, everybody, about locking in the top 12. And this could be one of those cases where, you know, a guy like Spencer Massey might catch a break, because who knows what that 16th spot, or in this case 12, is going to be by the time we get tomorrow. If we lock in 16 and it's 135 on this racetrack again, Spencer's going to have no shot at getting in this field, but only locking in the top 12 still leaves 4 spots open tomorrow.
That was the whole reason behind it, because they didn't think it was fair coming in there and not being able to, you know, missing the setup on the good session. And then and we saw it with John Force at Indy that one year. He went out there, had 2 nighttime sessions, missed it on both of them. Sunday, he ran the quickest run on Sunday, but it wasn't quick enough to get in the field.
What's that on top of the road?
That's one of those. Yeah. That's one of the, there's a whole bunch of little video cameras.
I put that there
now.
That's a Bill Miller spy camera right there.
I guess he's looking at the engine and not the sky. So yeah, it's pointing kind of downward there.